Okay, so in the past video, we were looking at the brush, the regular brush tool. The next video, I want to continue looking at the brush tool, but I want to add some brushes, and then we're going to move into this other brush, the mixer brush. But just sticking with the brush, um, a couple of videos back I had mentioned I was going to give you this pack to load. But actually found a pack that's available right from here that has the brushes that I wanted to show you. So the brushes we're actually going to load up are actually the legacy brushes and restore to the list of brush presets. Yes. So they're going to be down here. Now this actually has some pretty cool brushes, but they're actually, I think there's a bunch of good ones in here. M brushes are actually some pretty cool brushes. But the ones I want to look at, I think are they in? Yeah, they're in the default brushes. And the ones I want to look at specifically are these brushes here. Um, I forget what they're called exactly. But they're really good brushes for mixing. Okay, oh, bristle brushes. Yeah, and they're meant to mimic um, the effects of like bristles. Now they don't have any like texture in it or anything, but they're actually really good. So let's just look at one. I'm gonna pick, I guess, yeah, the round, I guess round blunt. I don't know. You can mix them all. So let's just look at the things that we can play with here. And it's really just the bristle qualities that are kind of nice. Okay. So with this one, bristles is like, well, how long are the bristles? So if I make this longer, the bristles get longer. If I make this shorter, okay. Oh, it's not the length. I'm sorry. It's the amount of bristles. Sorry. Length is below. Duh. Okay. So if I crank it up, it's like thick. Okay. If I lower it, okay, there's less bristles. So it makes more of a scratchy mark. Length, okay, is the length of it. So the longer the brush, let me move this to the side. Um, it'll have more of like, it kind of bends more. Thickness is actually how much paint is on the brush. Yoop. All right. Stiffness is like, is it dry? Okay. If it's like more, less stiff, it's going to make like a crazy mark. If it's like super stiff, it'll make more of a direct mark. And then angle is like the angle that the brush is being like positioned at. Okay, and then spacing. I mean, you can make some cool marks. I only use these for mixer brushing. Okay, I think they're really good for that, and I think that's what they're best at. Let me move this tool. Hey, come on, get out of here. I can't grab that anymore. All right. Okay, so let's try out the mixer brush. But first, what are we going to need? Let me just show you what the mixer brush does. It's for mixing, but it does some really cool effects. How many did I put there? We just need like really 3 layers. And I'm going to make this brush like less annoying. Okay, so just kind of take 3 separate layers. I'm going to paint a little bit. And I'm going to use this brush right here. I'll probably switch it. So just get down 3 colors. Oh, God, this is being annoying right now. On 3 different layers. Doesn't matter what the colors are. And I actually hate this brush right now. And let's let's do one more. I'll pick, I don't know, this color. Yeah, I'm gonna make like cat vomit again. Okay, so there we go. All right, so now let me get, what do I want? What's good? I'm gonna go with this flat point. Yeah, that'll be a nice mix. Oh, I'm gonna have to pick it again now. Okay, so let's go over here, because the mixer brush is a totally different tool, and pick mixer brush. And did it keep? It actually kept that brush. No, it's back to a default one. Not a default one I was using the other night. So I'm gonna pick this now. Okay, so when we mix, we want to be on our own like new blank layer, and we want this to be clear. Okay, so the option is load brush, meaning it's going to pick up color, or clean brush. So you want it clean. You want this one not checked and this one checked. And then you can go ahead and pick, you want it to mix. So I'm going to do like a wet light mix. And I can customize it here. And then you want to have checked sample all layers. Okay? So now if I come in, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I can take these colors and mix them together. Okay, and it's not like the smudge tool. I know sometimes people like, well, why don't I just use the smudge tool? It's not the same. There's so much more control with this tool, and you can get a really nice effect. I do a lot of this in some of my work. I'll kind of zoom in an area and just totally geek out and add like all this little kind of brushwork. Sometimes you notice it, sometimes you don't, but I like to do it. I think it's kind of fun. All right, actually, I think it's very fun. So I can mix this with all these other marks, and I can get like really some kind of interesting stuff going on. So here I'm just kind of going in and mixing. And if you see like a little bit of lag while you're doing this, it does take a little bit of power to do it. So if you don't have much RAM on your computer, you might want to invest in like a little bit more. Okay, so I just took 3 colors and I kind of mixed them together. And I'm really just kind of mixing on the edges. Yeah, you can get this nice painterly effect, like this kind of stuff right here, where you get like some colors bleeding together. So let me actually open up, I want to show you how you can do this on a photograph and then kind of geek out even more. And I don't know, I'm using that kind of funny word. But I honestly have a bit of fun doing it. Let's see, let me get a photo. Do I have just a photo hanging out open? Okay, you have this photo of a kitten. Alright, so let me open up him. Alright, so I could mixer this cat and like start to make it look like a painting. And this is going to go back to what I was talking about like you don't need to know how to draw, right? Like we're going to work with Photoshop because we're digital artists. If you know how to draw, that's even better. But I'm just going to take this kind of crummy image I got offline, and I can kind of go in and I can make every little mark. And I'm just going in and I'm kind of painting, okay? And you can, obviously play with your brush, switch it up, do all this kind of stuff. You can even get some cool effects going, like if I wanted to add a layer, and I am to what can I do quickly? I'll just grab my crosshatch and say I went in and added like a little color, a little crosshatch. Okay, so I could play with that. Let me push that around a little bit. Now I could go back to my mixing, and I can add in this color that wasn't there before. So I could kind of like go in and mess with the color. There's like so many things you can do in terms of like getting the right look, and some of that we'll go over in class. I don't particularly like what I just did, but you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, you can combine other colors in it and like mix and just get like a really kind of cool look going on that you may not have thought of, like putting in extra color. You know, also say like here's my mix. I could go in and do a spatter. Yeah, I'll do like a little spatter over it. Alright. So I want to like hit that like with a little, that's too much. Okay. And then I could even like clip that into what I was just doing. And I could start a new mixer and even just kind of, just keep kind of working it, adding like little bits of stuff. Again, I'm just trying to funk up this dumb cat. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so do I like what I did? Yeah, maybe. You know, I could, you know, with this process, I go back and forth, and I go back and forth. Yeah, I don't really like it. I just kind of get a little freer, a little looser. Expressive cat. You know, try to mix it up. You're not trying to like color book. I'm being like way too loose with this right now. But, you know, maybe it's a look. I don't know. I might go back and like draw into it and stuff. You know, it's just a cat. I don't know why I'm kind of freaking out about it. But I'm just trying to show you quick some of the things we can do to, you know, play with this. I'm just going to draw on top. The cat. What's wrong with this cat? Alright, and keep adding in this color. Alright, so that's the mixer brush, and then just kind of blending in with other brush marks and other brushes. Okay,